Michael.
Hello, Reina, how are you?
Good, good. It's always a pleasure talking to you, Michael. Michael's a candidate, but a client, and we worked on various projects in the past. So, just introducing Michael a little bit here. And Michael approached me to talk about a very interesting topic. And I thought for our listeners and our contacts and everyone that follows our Beyond the podcast episodes, I thought it's very timely with what Michael's been doing at the moment. So, Michael's he's a sales innovator, and to innovate selling, he uses a blend of technologies from value selling, design thinking, storytelling, and I know the last episode Michael shared a lot about storytelling. Michael's now running his own business, and he's got a game changing tool which can improve businesses and sales development teams and their timings to from an engagement perspective. It can be a game changer. So Michael, can you tell us a little bit about this AI tool? And I know you call them sales agents, so I think it's quite unique and it's a game changer, and you've shared a lot about it and you're so passionate. So I'm just really excited to share this with our listeners.
Absolutely, Reina. Well, welcome everyone, and great to be back again. Always a pleasure to be here. Today, I have something I'm personally beyond excited about presenting because this is going to be a game changer for many sales professionals' role with an emphasis on improved retention and higher productivity and ability to sell more. So this is known as Agentic AI. And fundamentally, these are AI agents that can extend and augment our normal roles at work and augment us with more intelligence and more productivity. And if we can be more intelligent and more productive in what we do, guess what? We're going to perform much, much better. But before we jump into these sales agents or service agents, why don't we just experience it firsthand how such an agent is? So I have an agent that represents my own company, Sales Innovator. We can have a chat with her. Her name is Laura. So I'm just going to share my screen and then let's have a chat with Laura. So an AI agent can call people on the phone, or people can call an AI agent by the phone. For
Is it
today's
similar to a chatbot, Michael? Similar to a chatbot?
it's not. This is the next generation.
Okay.
So agentic AI uses reasoning AI, which is basically where these agents can learn from experience and then adapt their personality and behavior accordingly. So just like humans. So as we start doing a certain task, we gain experience, and on basis of that, we reflect, and then we can make improvements. The same can these agents do. So they can perfect the way that we can present offers, and they work really well in cold calling or inbound scenarios. But why don't we have a chat with Laura? So this is basically the console where you design agents. This is a no-code platform, so you don't really need to be a developer to develop it. You just write a document, save it up here as a PDF. She understands PDF. You can set the voice of the agent, and you can design the persona. So if you tell it to be service-oriented, it will be service-oriented. If you tell it to be assertive, it will be that. If you tell it to be funny, it will start joking. It is a fantastic tool. But let's have a chat with Laura.
Hi, my name is Laura from Sales Innovator. How are you today?
Hi, Laura. It's Michael here. I'm really well. Can you tell me more about what you do at Sales Innovator?
Hi, Michael. It's great to hear from you. At Sales Innovator, my role as an AI sales professional is to help businesses unlock differentiation and sell faster. Our mission is to transform the sales approach, increasing productivity and establishing a distinct path for value creation. We understand that the sales landscape has evolved. It's no longer about being the cheapest, but about building trust and delivering the most value. With this in mind, we offer a range of services designed to empower sales teams and organizations. For productivity, we provide solutions like AI sales agents, which can automate time-consuming tasks like cold calling, increasing sales by 3 or 4 times. Additionally, we introduce breathwork and meditation techniques to enhance focus, creativity, and overall well-being within sales teams. On the differentiation side, we help businesses develop unmatched selling propositions through exercises like the Serendipity Walk, which allows you to step into your client's customer's shoes and uncover new opportunities.
That's
We
very
also
good, Laura. Thank you so much. Can you tell me a little bit more about breath work and meditation? That sounds interesting. What's that all about?
Certainly, Michael, breathwork and meditation are powerful techniques that can significantly enhance productivity and well-being within your sales team. The idea is rooted in the understanding that there's a direct relationship between the state of your mind and the rhythm of your breath. By practicing controlled breathing techniques, you can improve focus, creativity, and overall productivity. These
Wow,
techniques
that
are
sounds
often
really good, Laura. Thank you for that. Can you tell more about these AI agents?
Of course, Michael, AI agents like myself are designed to revolutionize the sales process by automating time-consuming tasks such as cold calling. By using human-like AI, these agents can gauge customer interest and schedule appointments, allowing your sales team to focus on higher value impact selling. This can lead to a 3 or 4 or 0% increase in overall sales. By freeing up your sales team from routine tasks, AI agents enable them to concentrate on building relationships
That
and closing
sounds
deals.
very, very interesting, Laura. I'd like to have a meeting with someone from Sales Innovator. Can you set up an appointment for me?
I'm glad to hear you're interested in connecting with Sales Innovator, Michael. While I can't directly set up appointments, I recommend reaching out through our official website or contact channels.
That's
They'll be
okay,
more than
Laura.
happy.
I will do that. Thank you so much, Laura. So what we just saw here
You're
now is kind of like an example of an agent that then is designed to be able to respond according to what you want it to respond to. You basically just define its knowledge in a document, and then it can start calling up customers, multiple customers simultaneously, and start presenting and gauge their interest and so forth.
Okay. Well, I've got a question here for you, Michael, because
Yeah.
obviously, being in the sales niche for that long, it can be challenging to get a hold of people, right? And I know I experienced this firsthand where I asked the AI agent to call me, and then she did, but I was accessible and I was on my phone. So do they leave voice messages as well?
You can set it up for that.
You can
Yeah.
set it up for that.
You
Okay.
can also set it up for her to send an email and log an appointment. Now I hadn't trained it for that. So yeah.
So there's options. So pretty much all you're doing is you're reducing the qualifying time, the qualification process, the time to qualify leads for any
100%.
our team and outbound sales team. So in terms of engagement, you're getting a very engaged outbound team because you're getting them to focus on actually making calls to businesses and decision makers that are actually interested in their product because the qualification's been done by the AI agent.
100%. So it's still early days for the technology, but we see very good results from the early adopters. And the prediction is that AI agents is going to increase sales productivity overall by 70% and increase pipeline creation by 200 to 250%.
Okay.
And these agents, since they can call numerous people simultaneously, you're going to reach more prospects. It may not be as high quality necessarily as a person, because certain customers or prospects will prefer to speak with a real person. But the AI agents kind of make up for that because they reach more prospects. And the predictions are that whereas a normal BDR, SDR books 1 to 2 meetings per day, these agents can book 5 to 6 because they reach more people.
Yep. And is there a particular industry this tool works better in? I mean, that you find that, the end user is probably going to be a bit more responsive to, or or it's any industry?
Any industry that normally generate leads from contacting prospects they don't have a relationship with, present what they do, why they do it, and why they're good at what they do, and what outcomes they can help their client with, and then set up appointments. Anyone that uses human labor to do that today can benefit from automating that, and then at the same time give the SDRs and BDRs a more interesting role, because cold calling is hard work and very psychologically tiring. So if BDRs instead receive qualified leads directly in their calendar, and then learn how to sell their company's products and services on value by doing thorough research of their clients, and then can tailor the value propositions of their company's offerings specifically to the client's challenges, they will have more meaningful conversations, more purpose in their job, and that creates higher job satisfaction. It improves retention, and it also reduces burnout, because cold calling is hardcore and can lead to burnout. Also, when you're under pressure, you're not in control over how people will respond at the other end and how many that picks up. So therefore, it's a challenging job.
And can this be used as a reception agent?
It can.
Yeah.
So AI agents is not just about sales, it's also about service. So it can deal with inbound calls, but it can do much more than that. They can also contribute with research. They can go through large bodies of text. They can engage with different tools, CRM systems, databases. It can collect data for you and present meaningful analysis specifically to the task that you are in front of and you need some insights about. So whereas this normally would take a person maybe a couple of days, it does it in a couple of seconds. So agents, just to clarify, opposed to chatbots, agents are agents because they're managing different tools, such as what human beings are doing. So as we learn how to use a CRM system, we become competent in managing a sales process. An agent can learn to manage a CRM system. As we learn to manage email and calendar, we learn how to communicate at scale across the globe and set up appointments. Agents can learn email and calendar as well. So agents are kind of replicating what humans are doing, but in an efficient way, and basically with focus on automating those tasks that are repetitive. They can, for instance, draft emails for you as well.
Okay, so it can. So yes, outbound sales is one function, but then there's inbound sales, there's reception, there's a lot of businesses that need records updated, so that they need to make sure that their lists are up to date. So it could be a list builder. So there's various uses for the tool that you've got.
Yeah, they can also write code.
Yeah, it helps write code. Okay, so you can pretty much upload any sort of information, educate it on what it needs to do,
Yeah.
and then okay.
It's just about assigning tasks to it. So Augmentium AI is the platform that Sales Innovator uses. It's state of the art, and it provides a number of different agents depending on what clients wants help with and how to augment specific functions in their business.
Okay.
So it's not about replacing employees, it's about augmenting them and allowing people to do more in less time.
So it's a great retention tool.
Yes.
I agree. And tell me a little bit about, have you had any, successes or any case studies that you can share?
So it's early days for the platform per se, but actual outcomes as such are on the thin side because organizations are starting to use this. We're really at the front, bleeding edge of technology here. I think the next couple of months will document better results, but the predictions are that by removing the tedious task of cold calling. Let's say you spend 8 hours per day to reach 50, 60 prospects. And out of that, you get 1 to 2 meetings set up if you're a BDR, SDR. If you instead can get an AI agent to do that for you, and you get 5 to 6 appointments directly scheduled in your calendar, and then you can spend your time on preparing
for those meetings
and how to align your value proposition of your company's offerings with the company's challenges that you found out in your research, it will help you sell more. So we're looking at a significant transformation in the workforce of roles that are related to many professionals, but specifically for sales professionals, their roles are about to change. It's going to be revolutionized with these agents by augmenting their humans' intelligence and productivity. And if you are more intelligent and productive, you will be able to achieve much better results.
100%.
So according to Gartner, the technology analyst firm, they predict that agentic AI, or these agents, is a top priority for all organizations in 2025. And by 2028, it's expected that 15% of various different roles in an organization will be managed by agents. So the future role of the humans are to manage these agents to achieve specific tasks for us. And in this way, even if you are individual contributors, we become leaders of agents.
That's pretty cool.
It's super cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. It gives, I think even for university students and, entry-level graduates to be able to go in, because I think the best way a human mind learns is by becoming a leader, right? And showcasing what they know. So to be able to educate agents for what they know and get the best outcome, they're only going to make their lives easier and their jobs it's going to be a lot more effective for them. So, Michael, tell us a little bit more about the AI sales agent platform, specifically how it automates cold calling and customer inquiries to empower the SDR teams. If you can share a little bit more about that, that'll be great.
So when you train these agents, it's kind of like the same as onboarding an SDR or a BDR, despite these agents are just trained much faster. They just understand text in a document. So that's very simple. Now, once you've done that, and it takes maybe only a couple of hours, then you have a new digital colleague as a sales professional that understands your company's products and services, and then are ready to go out and call multiple prospects. And you can train these AI agents in sales methodologies like Challenger, Spin, MedPick, etc., and it will change its behavior accordingly. So what it then does is that it rings up a customer, just like a normal cold call, presents an offering, answers questions, deals with objections, are capable of then assessing the client's or the prospect's interest. And on the basis of that, it can schedule appointments for your human sales force. And it will do so when they are available because the agent knows your diary. After that, it sends the confirmation email both to the prospect about the meeting, but also the sales professional, and opening up a communication channel so the human and the client prospect can communicate there. And for the purpose of CRM hygiene, the AI agent also logs the meeting appointment as an entry in the CRM system, and it's completely automated.
Okay, so this can integrate into specific CRMs, is that right?
Yeah, we got an out-of-box adapter for HubSpot, and we integrate through APIs to other leading CRM systems.
Excellent. Okay.
And actually, what I wanted to say as well is that it's actually capable of personalizing the message. So in sales, we often use disc analysis as a personality analysis.
Yes.
So if you drag and drop, let's say, a prospect's LinkedIn profile into the platform, there's a disc analysis tool in it that assesses whether the prospect is dominant, influential, and so forth, and then it will change its way of communication accordingly.
Wow. Okay. So it's,
We can show you that another time.
yeah, in terms of the whole connecting to emotional intelligence, understanding mindsets, NLP, all that, it's pretty impressive
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
AI can do. Yeah, and also being able to mirror the person they're dealing with, so they can, and can the voice element change in the background? I mean, in terms of, because there's a particular tone there. So can that change, or you can pick your agent based on your business and
Yeah,
service?
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a number of pre-selected voices available that you can choose from. What is interesting, these are all quite famous actors that are being used here, but you can actually create your own voice as well. So if I want my agent to speak like myself,
Yes.
we just record my voice, and then it analyzes the tonality of that voice, and then you can use that for an agent to speak about whatever and then sound like me.
Okay. Perfect. All right. And how does your platform help SDR really qualify leads, schedule meetings, manage follow ups more effectively? And particularly in the context of channel sales? Is there a specific context there that you can share with us?
Yeah, sure. So, well, the AI sales agents basically do the job for the SDRs. So, as I described before, it's kind of like they manage and automates the entire cold calling process. So the SDRs and BDRs receive qualified appointments.
Okay.
So this is the transformation that is going to happen for sales professionals, that they will be or can be enabled in being upskilled to then focus on driving these appointments forward and learn how to sell on value. And this means that they research and spend the time on understanding their clients much better, reading the annual reports, understanding the industry the client is in, and identify areas that can either deliver new revenue or cost savings with the use by their company's products. So
Okay.
by developing, we could call it an unmatched selling proposition, or something that really makes their company stand out, then it will help them sell more in actual dollars
Okay.
and benefit the company. And this will also be a game changer in terms of the roles that SDRs and BDRs have today, because it will make their job more interesting and more meaningful, that they actually are out influencing clients, changing the way they think and how they can help their clients transform to be more efficient and sell more. And that will give them more purpose in their role, and that improves retention as well.
I agree. So just with regards to, I mean, just aligning with, what our podcast series is about, which is Beyond the Paycheck. So Michael, just tell us a little bit more about, the training and support this platform actually provides SDR agents to ensure that they can effectively utilize this platform in their outbound efforts.
Yes, of course. So actually what we've done is to enable AI agents that allows them to train other agents. So we take our own medication, but we also, of course, have documentation and documents about how to set up agents and deploy them. So that task is then done easily to get new digital colleagues that then can help with the outbound effort. And then in terms of training the sales professionals, SDRs and BDRs, to learn how to sell on value, well, that's what we do at Sales Innovator. We turn sales professionals into sales innovators. And what I mean by that is training you to have a lens, a pair of glasses that allows you to identify new business opportunities that enables your clients, to grow revenue or cost savings thanks to your company's offerings. So how we do that is by really giving you techniques and disciplines of an entrepreneur. So you learn how to walk in the shoes of your clients' customers, because these are the ones that your client is trying to sell to and what will generate new revenue. So if you can improve the experience for the client's customers, or if you can find new needs that these customers have that your client could satisfy, then you help them establish new revenue streams. And the process of doing that is called the serendipity walk. And you learn how to qualify the ideas you generate and turn them into business ideas. That will help you have more meaningful conversations with your prospects or clients, stakeholders, and also elevate conversations to the more senior executive level and help them influence their strategies moving forward. And then that helps you establish partnerships with your company. So it's not transactional selling, but it's a partnership approach. Okay. It's a win-win, mutual value exchange.
So just from what I understand, you pretty much are training sales professionals into becoming sales innovators. And I mean, I know you put a little slide together on how so that businesses can contact you by and learn a little bit more about this tool. So would you mind sharing that? And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of sales directors and hiring managers that would be wanting to talk to you because they need to keep their teams engaged. They want to make sure that they've got different retention tools in place, and they want to hit their sales numbers. So this is
what it's all about.
Space. Yeah. Yes, I do like the idea of being able to train your sales professionals to become sales innovators, and that's what you're all about. So
absolutely. Maybe I should just make a comment here. So we've all watched the movie Iron Man, I believe, and what Tony Stark is doing in that movie is that he's developed an agent which is called Jarvis. So Jarvis is not replacing Tony, right? What it does is that it augments his abilities. It helps him develop new cool tools that then makes him into the Iron Man. And it's basically the same we're doing with agents. You can say that agents is the same as having a bicycle without gears, and then you put the gears on. So the agents just makes you go faster because you can shift gears, and that allows you to drive faster, in other words. But if people are interested in knowing more, I can show you basically a little bit what we do. So you can visit our website. It's all about becoming innovators, being innovation. You can learn more about how you can use agents to increase sales, lead generation, and simply just go to my website, salesinnovator.ai, or scan this QR code. That will take you there as well. So we are genuinely interested in helping organizations really improve their daily tasks, get rid of the mundane task, and then really apply the human intelligence and energy to focus on value and be able to articulate that to your clients in such a way that they want to buy from you. That's what it's all about. And that can lead to that you can accelerate sales in less than a week with the use of these agents that's powered by Augmentation. So have a look at that. Feel free to reach out, have a chat with Laura on the site, and you, of course, can experience this firsthand. And we're happy to also give you an experience about such an agent could work for you.
So guys, watch this space, and I'm sure Michael will come back on board to share some case studies. He's had a massive week, and I only can see this being a game changer for outbound sales teams out there and SDR functions. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you so much, Raina. Great to be here again. Speak soon. Thank you. Bye.